Welcome to another episode of the Cannabis Coffee Crew, where the coffee is strong, the cannabis is smooth, and the conversations are out of this world.
Boom squad in the house. I lower the boom when I do the cipher dance. When it's just Aggie Pants as I romance the blast. I take puffs on stuff, rough enough to give a buzz to my guns, even though we don't touch the stuff. See this blood in my foot, some say my stink. But yo, the skunk helps me think.
Hey everybody, this is Pandar. Today we have with us Itsu, Volt, Nuke, and Sincere. We've got a lot of topics to talk about today, but right now we're just going to get started by getting high. What you smoking on, Volt?
The same thing as all the other times before, Pinky. Great pie-ho. And drinking my Folgers. Itsu, what you smoking today, man?
I had some gummies this morning. My grandpa dropped some off. Shout out to good old Grandpa Nate. But
Grandpa!
nah, but I'm drinking on some I don't even know what this is called. It's some drink, but it's good. Good.
Is it similar to what you had yesterday?
No, I told you guys about it. It's that like wine, the fruit wine, the passion, whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah,
Sounds
I'm
good.
drinking on that. It's getting me loose. No Diddy.
Hey, no.
New, what you got going on over there, man?
Oh, not too much, dude. Just smoking on some dabs, chilling out, still trying to wake up this morning.
Aren't we all?
I don't have any coffee this morning. I got me some water. I'm trying to be healthy.
Oh,
And,
you suck.
Look, let me tell you something. You done got loose and everything, so don't know what you're talking about.
He sucks and I'm loose, man. Perfect
Hold on.
combination.
I got a song.
Jesus,
I got a
dude.
song for you guys later.
Yeah.
Aight.
It's called "Get Loose with It" or something like that.
Aight. Sincere, how you doing today?
I am doing well. I'm recovering from a sickness with my flower in hand, my medicinal, good old school blunt.
What kind of
Nothing
blunt?
fancy today.
What kind of wrap are you using?
Yeah.
The worst kind, a
Swisher.
cigarillo.
Oh.
A game grape actually. It matches my purple weed.
See,
can't
I like
grape.
grape flavored wraps. I
Listen,
do.
you gotta get the game red sweets if you're really trying to smoke, bro. Gotta get the red
I've
sweets.
never tried that.
Gotta get it.
No.
If you're
We're not-
smoking games, you doing it all wrong.
That's
You
that.
bugging,
That's
dude.
I started with that.
I'm not gonna lie though. If I had to choose, I will take like a joint any day over a blunt.
I'll
Like
take
the leaf is just so harsh.
Zigzags,
See,
bro.
here's-
That's where they
Oh,
at.
oh my God, that's what my grandpa uses.
Oh, your Gramps is an OG then.
When I was in high school, it was a lot of green leaf honey Dutches, and the reason I chose
yeah.
a green leaf honey Dutch was so I could use the leaf to fuck up, like to fix all my fuck ups.
I feel that. Yeah.
So, and I am in it for the nicotine. Okay.
Bro, that's what
here.
the Raz is for.
You got your little spliff going on.
No, it's just these tarry ass wraps offer a close enough resemblance to the tobacco, I guess.
Listen, best
It's the
combination.
only thing I can think of why I like them. They definitely are more harsh, but for some reason I cannot like get my fixation off buying them. So there's gotta be an addictive.
It's probably the same
something.
reason you love tattoos so much. You know, like that pain is familiar, so
No,
that
that's a
throat
dopamine
hit is
rush.
familiar.
I mean, that was the hardest thing for me quitting smoking cigarettes was I was smoking the worst of them, Newport 100s, like fiberglass in the throat. Let's go.
Jesus.
Yeah, that. Oof.
No pot.
Yeah.
Let me get a new pot.
Now I'm on to vapes, and there's still I've got to find the right one, and I don't now I don't have that same throat hit need anymore. I think I get it from the bong at this point.
I'm still smoking grape pie-ho. I don't know what to do here.
I'm still
The
smoking shitty dabs.
You can just say you're smoking on your pillowcase from Venera. Except, watch, I guess, your words.
Mhm.
Don't vocalize that we have half a pound.
What?
Just
Why?
don't say where you are.
Right.
They don't know
But
where I'm smoking
also,
yet.
if there were individual personal limits on some of these things, why can they ship you a pound?
Bro, don't question that, then we won't get our deal.
Like,
She's like,
uh-huh.
shut up!
I'm just
Shut
saying, like,
up!
what do we pay? What do we pay? Like $700 or $800 for a pound?
Yeah, no, from this website, it's a pound of shake for $700. It's fucking fire. How much money I've given Bree for ounces?
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a hell of a deal. It works out to like $70 an ounce or something. It's
Damn.
Yeah, you
yeah.
can't beat that.
And
No.
like, it's THCA, but it's fucking good.
Yeah. You get nice and stoned off of it.
That's what
And
I
it's
love about the farm bill, yeah.
Yeah, and I keep watching and making sure they don't
I
fuck
just
it up.
wish they'd stop trying to like just fucking legalize it already. This shit is so dumb.
It's so stupid.
People so stupid. People so dumb.
Like ask any military guy. Most military guys quit drinking at some point because they go through shit and drinking just resurfaces all of those bad memories and all of those bad
Absolutely.
feelings. And
Mhm.
literally weed is what they fucking turn to.
Yep.
Like why is Uncle Sam literally shitting on the people that need it the most or that desire it the most to relax? And these same people are the ones who put their lives on the line for the government. Like, it's fucking dumb.
Well, you gotta think, man, they don't care about us anyway. We get out.
I know.
If you're
I know.
hurt, you get VA disability,
Yeah.
and the VA is garbaje.
Well,
Fact.
they literally just look for
Why?
anything they can to throw you off, like to get you off the free healthcare. That's what they did to Amanda's pop.
Well,
Yep.
they don't really do that anymore.
Well, dude, it
Once
was
you get it, you pretty much keep it these days,
Unless you pop
you
positive for
tell them.
weed.
Nope.
well,
Nope.
they changed that, I think,
Yep.
is what Nuke is saying.
Oh,
But
okay.
this
They
happened
do
like
not.
6 or 7 years ago or something. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't that long ago.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kicked him off his VA shit. He couldn't go anymore. And
And then when he finally got it back, he literally had gangrene in his intestines.
Yeah.
And he died 2 days later.
Yep.
See, that's
He
crazy.
collapsed in the hospital parking lot going to his appointment.
Because I've been out for 8 years now, and I started smoking as soon as I got out.
it may have, so maybe it has to do with local government too, right?
South
Like,
Carolina.
yeah, but we were in Virginia.
Well,
So I
see,
don't
and
know
that
if like
blows my mind too.
but it wasn't legal in Virginia then when he was smoking it and admitted it to the doctor and they canceled his shit. Like they wouldn't let him come back
No,
to
he
see them or
was
something.
he was actually really good about he wouldn't if he knew he had a VA appointment, he wouldn't smoke a certain amount of time before his appointments, yada yada.
Yeah.
Like he was really good about it and then
It's
one time
irrelevant.
got fucked up.
Doctors are the same people that are like, yes, smoking is bad for children. Should you quit smoking if you become pregnant? No, you shouldn't. If you can and it doesn't affect you, great. But if it starts to affect you and you notice any side effects, you should not because it's
Yep.
worse for the child. These are the same motherfuckers saying that. Why can't they just speak up and say the same shit about weed and we can
Yeah.
get over this? Like, I'm
Yeah,
so
no,
sick of it, man.
I smoked cigarettes in. Did I smoke cigarettes when I was pregnant with Ragnar? Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
smoked cigarettes with all 4 of my pregnancies, and each time when I told the doctor, like, talked to the doctor about quitting, I'm like, I'm an avid smoker, and I'm gonna be real with you. I've been smoking since I was like 15. It gives me anxiety thinking about quitting smoking. And they were like, don't.
Yeah.
Reduce how much you're smoking, but you don't have to quit.
Yep.
And I smoked weed and cigarettes with all of my pregnancies. My children, knock on some wood.
But then you've got
They all
some
right?
well, then you've got some doctors out there. Like, so for instance, we were still in VA. My doctor for that I went to go see for ADHD medication refused to give me ADHD medication because I admitted to smoking weed. And her ex-husband, I guess, smoked and she despised him for it.
Yeah, she like told me in a separate appointment that I went in for birth control. Like there was like this whole thing about my husband, like ex-husband had some issues with marijuana, yada yada yada. I can't stand this stuff. And then it was like 2 weeks later, Kevin went in for his appointment and he had to take a pee test to make sure that he was taking his medication as prescribed. And
But I
because
didn't think
marijuana,
anything of it because weed has nothing to do with my, like,
right?
I'm not doing meth. I'm not doing heroin. I'm not doing. So I just assumed whatever, right? And it was during the point, it was at the point where it had pretty much been,
It can be
it was
clipped in
on the
three.
cusp of being decriminalized. Like it wasn't yet, but it was close. And the doctor said, no, I'm not giving you your medication because you are taking this substance. And I was like, cool. So fuck my ADHD, right? Just
Yeah.
because I want to relax in the evenings and be able to eat. So I smoke weed because your ADHD medication makes it hard as fuck to do those things.
Oh,
Cool. Great.
110%.
Anywho. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
that's when I started microdosing mushrooms and grew my own.
They're fucking annoying. Kevin would wake up, shoot out of bed first thing in the morning. Gotta check on my little babies. Hello, I'm right beside you.
Little spores.
I see his point.
Bro, he was obsessed.
But every
I
day,
heard it's a very fairly quick, like growing process for fungi.
months,
Yes and no.
months versus
Because you have to
It's
incubate the
faster
mycelium.
than cannabis.
That's what I mean,
Yes.
comparing it to.
But
So
cannabis has a higher turnover rate. Like once cannabis plants get to full maturity, they can produce a
Way
few
more than you can
times.
get from trees.
Mushrooms, when they get to full, pretty much you're limited based on the nutrients in the soil when it comes to the mushrooms.
hold on.
Yep.
Did you just say a marijuana plant can flower multiple times?
They can, yeah.
They
They
can.
do.
So you don't cut it down and dispose of it after it's flowered?
No. No
Not
need.
nah.
No, you
I've
trim
never
it
heard of that.
and then you dehydrate what's there and it will reproduce.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've
I'm an
never
idiot.
heard of that.
An idiot.
Dude,
I've just taken, like, I've trimmed them, dried them out, and then I just gut the pots after that.
well,
Yeah, that's what I do.
but Bree, I've got a buddy of mine who is very knowledgeable on the whole growing thing. He's an ex-Marine, and it's like one of his favorite hobbies
Not
now.
gonna lie, y'all probably met at our house at one point.
Yeah, his name is well, yeah, I don't want to say it, but anywho, but I can give you his
Put
name.
that out, Nuke.
Well, I didn't actually say it. I didn't actually really say it. Anywho, I can give you his name in a DM, and I can try and connect you guys. He's online a lot, but if you're curious in the whole growing space, he knows a lot more
I
about that.
I also think it depends on the type of flower. Like, what I'm thinking of is
It does.
autoflower, and I don't think autoflowers
Yeah.
reproduce. I
No,
think it's the
Facts.
photo ones that can reproduce.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. And the
Okay.
autos, they will germinate faster.
I was more or
And
less talking about real world scenario, right? Like hemp and cannabis it's a plant. Plants reproduce and they reproduce multiple times. You look at trees, you look at different plants, they tend to reproduce at different parts of the year or whatever. And some of them leaves die and shit and fall off and they come right back the next year. But like hemp in the wild, that's the way it works, right? It keeps reproducing, keeps spreading its seed.
Yeah, that's how I
Um,
got the name weed, because it
yeah,
does. It's an invasive plant if
yeah.
left unattended in the right environment.
And the only reason it's not everywhere in this country is because of our government. Literally, anytime they encounter it,
They
burn
burn
it.
it.
Yep.
Speaking of seeds,
See?
I read an article today. Did you know it is actually illegal for farmers to like harvest their own, reuse seeds from their crops? It is actually illegal for them to do that. They have to go buy new seeds from the seed dealers of fucking America, I guess.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's one of the
stupid.
reasons
Farmers get
why,
shafted left and right, man.
dude, it's one of the reasons why our grocery prices are so high is because they cannot reuse their seeds.
Yeah.
Which is
That was insane.
kind of backwards, but you know, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and then what I read was that a lot of it had to do with the fact that most of the seeds we use nowadays are basically hybrids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because of it being the way it is, there's a select few corporations that have the
Sorry.
licensing or whatever it is. I can't remember the exact words, but basically the
Put it on
legality to
humans.
have them.
Just leave it up to humans to figure out how to make and profit off of a biological process that occurs in nature. But we genetically modified it. Well, how'd you
So
do
now
that?
it's
Well, we
mine.
just put the plants in the same fucking room. Oh, okay. Great work. You totally deserve to have all the money sent to you for this new seed.
Yep.
Like it's so stupid.
Insane. Sorry. Those things
I'm just saying,
interests
if
me.
they could figure out how to literally anything, take anything you want, and someone has tried to figure out how to profit off of it.
Yeah.
Tell me something that they haven't, and I'll tell you something that's on the chopping block and will become profitable at some point.
No, there is none.
It's just crazy, man.
All right. Did anyone else read anything interesting recently?
Other than Trump saying that he was gonna declare national emergency for mass deportations.
Oh.
What?
That's all I've seen.
Oh,
I've seen that new border guy he's got.
Oh, the
Mhm.
border czar.
Yeah, the border czar. He don't give a fuck.
Oh, that boy, they're dangerous.
He was asked a question about how can we not separate families during deportation. He was like, easy, deport the whole family.
Yeah, he did. He's like, fuck it, get them all out.
Well, I mean, I think it would be better to keep the family together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in a shitty situation like this one, because of it all stems from human greed, by the way. Like all of these
Facts.
worries about losing our jobs or whatever, a lot of it stems from like human greed. Everyone in this country feels like this country is
People
ours,
crying
but at one
about
point in time, this country was nobody's, and at
It was
another
the Native
point in
Americans.
time, even before them, and at another time, that land will be someone else's or no one's once again, right? Like the
yeah, we
shit's going to be
despise
around
the
long,
whole
long
land is
after us.
ours concept.
Yeah.
Land is no one's. It was here before us. It will be here after us. It is not yours to claim.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we lost Bree. She may be able to rejoin when she gets a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why when we were talking about this notion of like Russia taking back Ukraine and China wanting to take what was it, Thailand or Taiwan or one of those places, and I was just like,
We got her back.
I despise the idea of ownership in that sense. Like I think more like a dog, right? Like I'm here. This is my territory. I'm going to protect my territory. But when a dog moves on, it no longer cares if something else is in that territory.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I really feel like we're not much different. Like, yeah, we know how to build homes. Dogs don't have opposable thumbs. But in reality, nothing is ours in that sense. Like, we use it, and we may protect it, defend it, whatever, while we're using it. But once you sell it to somebody else, it's quote unquote theirs now.
Yeah, so you
But
hear
you're
this,
just transferring territory.
America? Stop charging us taxes on shit that don't belong to you.
Well, dude, just go up to any mountain, any mountain range in the United States, take a pickaxe, dig you a little cave there. As soon as the state finds out, you're going to get billed millions, right?
Yes.
Why? No one's using it. It's not their land, really. Like, they just claim it is because why? What
Because
makes
we
one
didn't give them
state?
money.
Yeah.
We didn't give them money. We didn't pay nobody. We didn't let nobody know. We just went out and did it. And they're just like, huh?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's how things were done back in the day. It's just
Mhm.
because we've become more sophisticated. Now, you can't even go to Antarctica, which, mind you, is a place where no one wants to live. You can't go out there and live because every country agreed that no one can have it. You didn't choose whether or not you wanted to go, try and make it out there. It's very cold.
Yeah.
But every country on your behalf just said no one's allowed to live there. It can be used for research purposes, and that's it.
That's because it's really the ice wall, and they're protecting us because there's more land on the other side where the actual dinosaurs and shit are.
I can't get behind that, but yeah, sure.
I'm telling you, we live on a flat Earth. There's an ice wall.
Nuke.
No,
Someone's
no,
so obsessed with
no.
space. No, you can't believe
You
that.
can't. You
You
can't
can't.
honestly. You can't tell me you wake up every morning. It's like, yes, Earth is flat. There's just
No, no, I don't. I just like to argue.
like I was about to be like, dude, what?
No, the
I have
Earth
to
is not
reconsider
flat.
this.
But I'm gonna tell you what. Have you heard those flat earthers talk? Sometimes they make sense, bro.
No.
No, I don't.
Sometimes they
Man,
make sense.
they done got my
No.
boy Nuke, man. God damn it.
No. Next thing he's gonna be joining what is it?
Scientology.
Scientology?
No,
Yeah,
the
can't even
hell
Yeah.
I'm
say it,
not.
bro.
I am not Tom
Bruh.
Cruise.
I don't know, man. Starting
Oh
to
my
talk like
god.
it. Starting to talk like it.
Yo, the flat Earth theory is probably the funniest shit I've heard in my life because it just doesn't.
It's so
There
off.
isn't even a representative flat object in a distance. Everything is freaking round. Everything. And that we can see and view, everything is round. Why would we believe we're somehow magically different? That's like thinking we're unicorns and shit. I can't do that.
We are.
I just,
I mean, I
We
am a
are.
motherfucking unicorn, but
I'm not. I thought you were a panda corn.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm a mermaid.
I believe
And
it.
Bree is a mermaid.
I
Well,
like
siren.
turtles.
A lot of
Oh.
dumplings.
Oh no, we did do. Wow.
Hit
I
the
just had
bar.
a great epiphany. We need to get Bree added to the website.
I am on
That
the
we've already
website.
got
I
added to.
know. I know. That's why I just said, oh. And then I looked at Amanda and I was like, man, I'm dumb.
I was on the website before I was on the podcast.
I
This guy.
know. I know.
I appreciate
Like
that.
we did all that stuff up front, but for some reason,
He just got
my
your
brain
back,
was
Bree.
just
That's
like, gotta
all.
do
He's like,
stuff.
we're gonna have
know.
her here.
I do want to redo my bio though.
Oh yeah, we got that
Shoot,
Facebook button
Derek.
added to the site.
yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
Heck
yeah.
The what
yeah.
button?
Insert plug. Everybody, please go check
Insert
out the
plug.
cannabiscoffeecrew.com website.
You can find her Facebook, Instagram, and X.
As well
Links
as
directly from it.
all an embedded player to straight listen to the next episode. Bing, bang,
Yeah, it's like a
boom.
one-stop shop. Good timing.
Yes, thank you.
You don't get credit for this.
Had to hop in with that one. Fun fact: my grandpa Nathan, I was over there the other day, and he likes to talk about like not conspiracy theories, but he likes to talk about the people that talk about conspiracy theories. And so he was like, they had that alien UFO hearing, the government or whatever did, and he was like, they said they're living in our oceans. This fool turns to me, he's like, If they just took all the water out the ocean, maybe they see. And I said, Nathan,
That's a lot
what?
of water.
That's what I said. I was like, that's a lot of water. How would they do it? He was like, I'm not a scientist. Nathan, please give me more. So his thing is, so his whole thing, he's like, if aliens live in the oceans, they would have been taken over Earth as a planet,
Not necessarily.
and with and assumes that they are plotting. Like he was like, what else are they doing down there? Swimming? And so he thinks the aliens are down there plotting or like building some like super advanced civilization deep under the water, and are gonna eventually like, I guess, raise the sea levels so they can flood all of Earth, and whoever survives they just enslave.
To do what
Um,
with on an entirely water planet?
listen, I
I'm
don't
just
know. The
saying, and
man's
the
old and
reality is,
senile. I don't know.
yeah, if it went to that extent, right? If any of these things were true, and if it went to that far, I highly doubt they would keep any humans because we're kind of useless in the water.
Yeah.
Except for Bree, she's a mermaid.
Well, I just meant
Mm,
like comparative to other creatures, we're terrible.
for
Like,
sure.
I'm
um,
just gonna say, why do I feel like this whole aliens underwater was the thing Itsu had brought up?
I think that I
And
think it
was
is.
it?
Yeah,
It may have
pretty
been.
sure.
May have been.
Bro, it found
Well,
its way.
I think it
Yeah.
was about them finding the water deposit underneath the Earth's crust that's larger than the surface of the
Yeah, we
Earth.
had talked
Wasn't that
about
what he
that
said?
at one point.
Oh,
But
I thought that was
no,
it.
yeah. That I think we were talking about that last recording, the water deposit. But the Itsu talking about the aliens underwater, I'm pretty sure that was the controversy that was brought up that we were trying to remember
I
earlier.
think so. It might have
Yeah.
been. I mean,
Yep.
since we're talking about it, how does everyone feel about it? I guess. I mean,
I feel like it's plausible, but I mean, it's plausible. I don't necessarily believe there would be any reason to believe we'd be in immediate danger. I don't know. It is possible for species to cohabitate,
yeah.
right?
Or their plan is a long game plan and they've already planted their seeds, so to speak.
Maybe that's possible too.
My only problem with like, oh, the aliens live in the ocean, we would have been
But
like, I feel like we would have been seeing them like underwater scuba
How?
but
divers.
There's so much ocean we haven't seen.
I mean,
That and
people
then
go missing
yeah,
all the time, my friend. Those people
yeah.
may have found them.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Like maybe their base is under the water in the center of the Bermuda Triangle where
We,
everything goes haywire and people have issues all the time.
we
It's
need bro,
definitely,
Bob Lazar.
Plausible.
We need Bob Lazar to come like explain it.
I
'Cause
also think there's just more that we don't understand about the way the universe works that we write off as being other things.
Mm,
Or attributed to other things. Like there's a lot regarding magnetism in this planet that I believe we don't fully understand. Like we understand how a magnet generally works, but then there's these random arbitrary things that happen. Like we have these electronics that work for pilots
BRB.
everywhere. And then they fly through the Bermuda Triangle and all their stuff goes haywire.
yeah.
Right? And these are supposedly devices designed to protect against external magnetism and things like that, causing them to malfunction. I just
Hmm.
think there's a lot more we don't know. As smart as we think we are, I think there's still a significant amount of information and learning to go.
I agree. I think there's it's it's just like, okay, you know, I would want us to focus more on like being able to consistently travel to a planet, able to habitat, uh,
Yeah,
live on that planet. Yeah, inhabit that planet
right.
before we start looking for signs of other life. You see what I'm saying? I just
Well, yeah, we got to learn to walk before we can crawl, right? And then
because
crawl
from a
before we can run.
yeah, because like from an intellectual standpoint, like what do we have to offer an alien other than heroes, takis, and violence at this point?
Nothing.
Thank you. And so why not try to elevate ourselves and meet them on their level before we start worrying about, oh, do they live here? Are they already trying to make contact? Because 9 times out of 10, they don't want to make contact with us.
Well, to be quite honest, I think if there was another life form that was very intelligent, that had more or similar capabilities to what we have, imagine for a second that we were observing us. We would stay away from us because we're self-destructive, right? Like we aren't really good for ourselves. But if imagine for a second like a colony of bees, right?
Hmm.
Imagine there's an alien life form that exists but cohabitates with each other like bees. If they looked at us, they would also stay away from us. Mostly
Yeah.
because they'd want nothing to do with us. Like we literally stab each other in the back like we're dirty and despicable to each other all the time. And even so at a massive scale, at a global scale, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine why any alien life forms would want to talk to us, get to know us. Honestly, I just can't imagine why. In my brain, I think if I was looking out at us, I'd be like, they're dysfunctional. I want nothing to do with them. Stay away from them. Like that planet's dying because of them. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to help us, get to know us. Maybe I'm just too cynical. I'm not sure.
Feel like aliens were here once. They have tried to help us. And then I think at this point, if they are still here, they're just watching and kind of waiting for the next natural disaster that takes out the world and resets it. And then they'll
Maybe.
try again.
Maybe that's another great flood. Maybe it's caused by those aliens. Who knows?
Hmm.
Who knows? But if we learn how to get off this planet and we learn how to planet hop, which I'm not fully convinced we haven't already done it before, but if we master the art of it, that really just puts the rest of the universe in danger.
Hmm.
Because I mean, just look at us. Like we're not good. We don't give a shit about the planet. There's some of us that are very passionate about the planet that we live on, but as a whole, we genuinely don't care as long as we get cool things like Tesla Cybertrucks and we can argue about things on our mobile devices. As long as we've got that, man, destroy the planet. Do whatever you need to acquire those things for people. I, I, I just don't see it turning out good. What do? We move to the next planet. It's more like one of those. Have you ever played those industrial simulator games?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right, where you set up mines and you're mining all this stuff and doing this and doing that, and then you go to another planet and you set up mines there and you're mining everything, and then you go to an. That's what we're going to become. Is and we'll say it's for our own, like our species longevity, which I suppose it would be. But I don't necessarily believe that's good for the universe because we haven't mastered the art of living in harmony with the planet we're on.
And being able to how to not overconsume resources.
Right. I think um, more indigenous people, like the Native Americans, had it right. They took what they needed to survive. They were thankful,
Mm.
like, and they lived that like sort. It was more minimalistic, right? And then you
Yeah.
had people come over, and then they started killing buffaloes and shit for sport. Like humans aren't. There's
Good.
some that can cohabitate it, and some that I think had it right, and then technology and modern things came out, and all those conveniences started overriding any sense of like good that we're doing. And it's all hidden because none of us feel evil at the end of the day for having a computer. But how
Right.
do they make a computer? You get where I'm going with it? Like,
Yeah.
it's just not good. I think for the long term of the universe, I don't think our species existing forever is great. I know that's sad to say, but
That's just what it is.
yeah,
Yeah. No. I mean, the human race was only designed to last for so long. There's no telling when that is. People uh predict another meteor asteroid's gonna come hit Earth like they did the dinosaurs, or we're gonna cause global warming to burn the whole planet down,
yeah. Until
nuclear
then, though,
war.
yeah, you're 100% right. Like, eventually, it will end in some form or another. But
Mm,
right now, humans are a lot like a strain of the flu or a strain of COVID. Those viruses, when they mutate, they're not mutating because they want to harm you further or do more damage to you. They're mutating because the virus wants to live.
mm, mm.
So humans will do whatever we need to do to live in the end of things. And if that means going to the next planet, figuring out how to set up there before the next disaster, like they're already trying. They already have plans and super smart people working on ideas, right, for infrastructure on Mars and all this other stuff. It's
Mhm.
possible. I'm just saying I don't think it's good. I think we should just be content with our planet. We should love it, and then if we need to keep surviving, once we know how to live in harmony without destroying it, maybe then we could look for alternatives.
Yeah.
We are parasitic to the earth.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
much
I
so.
suppose.
our desire is what makes
Sorry.
us a parasite. Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all could choose a planet to live on, which one?
I mean, at the
Earth.
moment, Earth,
Moon!
because it's the only habitable one that we know of. I like oxygen.
Well, it's not even that it's quote unquote habitable. I don't want a habitable planet. Look at Earth. Like Earth is
It's
boundless
beautiful.
amounts of water. It is. It's quite beautiful. All of
It's
the various
quite
plant
beautiful.
life on it. It shifts, it changes. And it does it very slowly, but it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
It constantly changes and its beauty shifts and changes all the time. No other planet, like, yes, things are shifting and changing, but you don't have the serenity. You don't have the water, you don't have the oasis, right? Like no
Yeah.
planet that we've found thus far, they're like, "Oh, we found this planet that's frozen and it's got water. Great." So we're going to live like we're in Antarctica forever, but worse. Or
Yeah.
Mars, right? Like, no, I like Earth.
Let's
We have
take
this
better care of it.
conversation in my house quite often, and I am on the same page as you. If even if given the option, like even if so supposedly like Elon said he already has the capability to like shuttle large amounts of people to space, right? Like even
Mhm.
if that was an option, like we could go and inhabit another planet and we knew it was available, I don't think I would want to. I
Yeah.
think there's like I don't know. There's some kind of purpose of why we're supposed to be here, and our planet is like a self-sustaining ecosystem. Why would we literally go somewhere else?
Right.
Because we're destroying it at a rapid pace. And eventually it will die, right? Um,
Okay, hear me out. Let's let those people go. Then there's less people here. Population decreased.
well,
That's already solving some issues.
you know, hear me on the
I don't
irony
know
real
even
quick,
that
though.
that's the if that I
Hear
even
me out.
believe that's the case because like look at like our Earth is a self-recovering Earth.
Hmm.
It's like alive essentially. Think of like when forest fires happen, what does it do? It stimulates new
Yep.
growth. So
Yeah.
like even when our Earth has died in the past or supposedly like all the different species that we've gone through on this Earth's time span, like it's regenerated every time.
Yeah.
And it is quite possible because, I mean, even at a glance, Earth is unique in our solar system,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
right?
other planets that look even relatively close to ours, at least that we can see. Now that's a whole nother thing is like
Yeah.
if there are dimensions out there with other Earths and stuff like that, who or how would we ever know?
Well, physicists are trying to figure that one out, but
Yeah.
we'll sit idly by because I don't know
I
how to
mean,
help
they're
them.
already colliding.
Right.
But hear me out, though. The irony of how there's a large portion of people that are on the fence about aliens. There's a fairly large portion that fully believe it. There's some that are on the fence. And then you've got some that are like, nah, whatever.
Mhm.
But what a self fulfilling prophecy if Earth eventually, or not Earth, but the humans on this planet divided and they said, hey, we're leaving because this planet is doomed. And then the rest are like, well, we're staying. This is our home, right? What a self fulfilling prophecy that at that moment in time, we will actually know of an intelligent life form that has opposable thumbs that live on another planet.
That
And given enough time, we will become significantly different from one another.
Yeah.
So I find it quite interesting that all the notions, all the talks about aliens, we are trying to become the very thing that we're so interested in.
yeah, I see what you're
And
saying.
at
I
some
can see
point in the
that. Yeah.
future, we will. We will be.
Mm.
Because scientists get things wrong all the time. But the minute they're like, we only have 500 years left on this planet, everyone's going to be like, well, where the fuck we going? Right? They're going to be signing up. And then you will have people that are like, nah, fuck it, I'm staying. Right? And then
Are we
what
one of
happens
those
if Earth
people?
doesn't die because it is unique? Right? And then 5,000 more years go by. Now those people on Mars, they truly are aliens at this point to the people on Earth.
Yeah.
I just find that
So
fascinating.
this one group that I was talking to online had this theory that aliens were essentially just evolved humans. Like we figure out that you don't really need your nose to stick off your face. So that's how they end up with the flat nose. It's essentially like the end of evolution. Like we evolved to not actually need our hair because we realize that we don't need to be as sensitive anymore because there's not the same threats that there used to be. We don't need to be as hyper aware type of thing. And um like you realize that your eyes are the most important, so they grew bigger in time. Like you're the stereotypical alien figure that you can picture. These people are claiming that like essentially it's just like the human being further down the line of evolution.
Yeah.
Possibly. We also don't know what we'd look like if we evolved in a very low gravity atmosphere, right? So people, if we leave those people up in space long enough, they might start looking different than us. We don't actually know because they typically don't leave people up there that long.
No, because they've already proven that it does affect your body being in space.
Well,
I
yes.
mean, we have astronauts that are sitting in space that've been there for years.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
they're
limit
stuck.
before they bring them home because your muscles atrophy in space. because you don't have gravity. It's a health concern when
And there's
people are left in
something-
space too long.
Yeah.
Something happens to your brain up there too. I just can't remember exactly what it is.
I know about the physical piece of it. Like there have been astronauts that come back and they're scrawny.
No,
They
they're
go
already
up there
s-
and they're healthy
super
and
strong.
fit, and they come back and they're scrawny because your
That's
muscles
like-
don't have to work.
The two that are stuck up there have already been there a year longer than they wanted them there.
Right.
Yeah, and
But
then
that's what I'm saying. At
they
this point,
just
it's
got
turning into
there.
an experiment.
They just got there with the like safety. Hold on, I just lit the blunt and it skipped my mind. They just got there with the safety shuttle, like the recovery team just got there, and now they just told them they have to stay there for 9 months before they can fucking take them back
Oh my
home.
goodness.
Can
Like
you
I said.
imagine being stuck in space and then your ride finally gets there and they tell you they ain't leaving for 9 months?
I'd be pissed.
Bro. Talk about drug dealer
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I'm so pissed. I had
This
this
one trumps
conversation
that,
with my
right?
friends. I would steal the shuttle in the
travel
middle of the
time.
night. I'm going home.
I steal the shuttle.
I'll
Screw
send a
you guys,
recovery
I'm
to
going
you
home.
guys in 9 months.
That'd be fun. It would be really funny if South Park made an episode with those guys and Cartman was one of the people stuck. And he did say, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," and got on the shuttle
Yeah,
and
that'd be
fucking
so funny.
hijacked it.
Screw
I don't know.
guys.
Yeah, I could just see it
Screw you
all
guys,
playing
I'm
out.
going home.
Yeah.
With my cheesy puffs. More cheesy puffs. There's your next idea, South Park creators.
Right, here you go.
Dude, that would be funny. I don't know. I wish they'd get off the political stuff. Like they beat that with a dead horse, man.
I mean, that's what sells though.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we're going to call it for today, everyone. See you every Friday. Just remember, it's more than cannabis and coffee. It's a mindset. Whether you see us or hear us, you're part of the crew, and we want to hear from you. So make sure to reach out via Facebook, X, or Instagram, which you can find at cannabiscoffeecrew.com. Later!